Imagine holding a coin minted in 1975, a Lincoln 1-cent piece, with no mint mark. At first glance, it might seem ordinary. But for those who know the hidden secrets of rare coins, this unassuming penny could be a ticket to a life-changing moment. How much is it worth? The answer might shock you. We're talking about a coin that collectors are desperate to own, a coin whose value can soar into maximum dollars in today's auction markets. Let's step back and picture the era, 1975. America was experiencing a period of change, growth, and the spirit of opportunity. That very year, pennies were minted across the country, but some carried unique traits, tiny errors, or missing mint marks that have turned them into modern-day treasures. This particular 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is not just a coin, it's a symbol of chance, rarity, and wealth waiting to be discovered. But here's the first question you might be asking yourself: how do you even know if the penny in your pocket is one of these rare gems? And more importantly, how do you turn this small piece of history into a significant sum of money? Now, before we dive deeper, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some coins sell for tens of thousands of dollars while millions of identical ones barely get a glance? The secret lies in rarity, errors, and historical significance. The 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a prime example. While most pennies from that year were produced with mint marks indicating their origin, Philadelphia or Denver, this coin lacks such a mark, creating a unique error that collectors around the nation covet. It's like finding a hidden gem in a mountain of ordinary rocks. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want to stumble upon a treasure that turns spare change into a life-altering fortune? But let's hit pause for a moment. Imagine standing at an auction, the gavel poised, and you hear that same 1975 penny being sold for what seems like an impossible amount. Can you feel the adrenaline? That's the kind of excitement collectors chase, the thrill of owning something others desperately want. And here's where most people make a huge mistake: they keep these pennies tucked away in drawers or piggy banks, unaware that what they hold could be the key to their financial freedom. So, what's stopping you from uncovering the hidden value in your pocket change? Could this tiny coin be the very thing that propels you from ordinary life to extraordinary wealth? Now, let's explore the story behind this coin. The 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is highly sought after because it's rare. The absence of a mint mark indicates a production anomaly, making it far more valuable than a standard penny. Collectors prize coins like this because errors are permanent, finite, and impossible to replicate. In essence, you're holding a one-of-a-kind piece of American history. And here's a question for you: have you ever wanted to turn something as ordinary as a penny into a financial breakthrough? If you have, this is exactly the moment to act. Here's a humorous thought to reset your attention: imagine finding this penny under the couch cushion instead of a $1 bill. Would you even notice? Most people wouldn't. But those who do, who know the value of rare coins, see an opportunity where others see clutter. This is why learning about coin collecting, spotting errors, and understanding the market is not just a hobby, it's a gateway to wealth. So, how do you sell a rare coin like this and make sure you get maximum value? First, knowledge is power. You need to know what makes a coin rare, how to verify its authenticity, and which markets are willing to pay top dollar. Auction houses, specialized coin shops, and online platforms cater to collectors who are willing to spend serious money for coins with verified provenance. And let me ask you, do you know the steps to take to ensure your coin fetches maximum dollars? From authentication to grading, each step can significantly impact its final value. Many people ask, how do I start selling old and rare coins in the USA? The truth is, you don't need to be an expert to get started, but you do need the right guidance. Coins like the 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln penny are in high demand because their rarity appeals to both collectors and investors. The market is thriving, and with careful research and strategic selling, you could see extraordinary returns. Have you ever thought about turning a pocketful of pennies into an auction-winning masterpiece? The possibilities are exciting, almost like playing a treasure hunt where every coin could be the jackpot. Now let's shift gears and talk about urgency. Imagine holding that penny, knowing its potential, but waiting too long to sell. Every day, the market changes. Collectors compete, prices fluctuate, and opportunities pass by. This is not a scenario to watch passively. The longer you wait, the more others might capture the fortune you could have claimed. And here's the kicker: rare coins like the 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny don't lose their value, they only grow scarcer and more sought after. Can you really afford to ignore the potential in your hands? Let's bring it back to excitement. Picture yourself walking into a coin auction, the room buzzing with anticipation, eyes darting to the display case where your penny sits under a glass dome. Bidders raise their paddles, and the price climbs higher and higher. Heart racing, adrenaline surging, you realize that the little coin in your pocket has just transformed your financial future. This is not fantasy, it's the reality for collectors who understand the market. And the burning question now is, are you ready to take that first step? Are you prepared to discover what your coins could be worth and how to sell them for maximum profit? But let's pause for a reality check. Not every coin in your pocket is a rare gem. Yet, every collector started somewhere, often with a single coin that seemed ordinary at first. That's why it's crucial to learn how to evaluate coins, identify errors, and understand market trends. For example, the 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny's unique error status makes it highly desirable, but only if properly authenticated and presented to serious buyers. So, how do you make sure your coin stands out in a crowded market? How do you ensure you're capturing the attention of the right buyers willing to pay top dollar? These are questions every aspiring collector and seller must answer. Let's inject a quick moment of humor. Imagine your friends finding out that the penny you ignored on the counter is now worth more than their car. Priceless, right? But beyond the laughter lies a serious truth. Coins are one of the few collectibles where ordinary objects can genuinely become extraordinary wealth. And here's where the magic happens: turning what seems mundane into a life-changing asset is not luck, it's knowledge and timing. Now, as we approach the final act, let's connect all the dots. You've learned about the rarity of the 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, its market value, the urgency of selling at the right time, and the thrill of auctions. You've seen how ordinary coins can transform into extraordinary wealth. The final step is action. Whether you're holding a single penny, a small collection, or inherited coins tucked away in a drawer, the key is to take the first step. Authenticate, grade, and find the right marketplace. The potential is enormous. Millions of collectors are searching for coins like yours every day, and here's the ultimate question: are you ready to transform your pocket change into a fortune? Can you see yourself turning that humble 1975 penny into maximum dollars, the kind that collectors dream about? It's not just about money, it's about opportunity, strategy, and vision. Your coin could be the one that completes someone's collection, the one that ignites bidding wars, the one that finally turns curiosity into wealth. So, what's next? Start by examining your coins carefully. Learn the signs of errors and rarity. Reach out to reputable auction houses or coin shops. And most importantly, don't underestimate the value of what you have. The 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than copper, it's a ticket to financial transformation. And here's the secret that only savvy collectors understand: while everyone else tosses their pennies, you could be holding the key to a small fortune, waiting to be claimed. Imagine walking into your living room, reaching into a dusty old jar on the shelf, and pulling out a coin that could change your life forever. Not a lottery ticket, not a stock tip, but a simple, unassuming penny. And not just any penny. I'm talking about the 1984 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent, a coin that has quietly become one of the most sought-after treasures for collectors and investors across the United States. Have you ever wondered if your spare change could be worth more than your paycheck? How many of us have tossed coins in drawers, never realizing that in that very collection could lie a fortune? Well, today, you're about to discover the secret that has transformed ordinary Americans into millionaires. The story of the 1984 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny begins in the bustling mints of the United States. Every year, the U.S. Mint releases millions of coins, some destined to circulate unnoticed, others to find their way into history. But in 1984, something unusual happened. Among the countless pennies produced, a rare anomaly emerged: the missing mint mark. No D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, just a plain Lincoln cent, a minting error that collectors call a key date variant. Now, you might be asking, why does a tiny omission make a coin worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars? And the answer is simple yet profound: rarity. In the world of coins, rarity is the magic ingredient, the secret ingredient that turns metal into money. But here's the kicker: many Americans are sitting on these treasures without even knowing it. Could one of those pennies in your pocket be hiding a fortune? Let's step into the life of a coin collector for a moment. Picture yourself in a quiet auction house, the air thick with anticipation. Every bidder is eyeing the prize, every heartbeat echoes with the thrill of possibility. The 1984 no-mint mark penny appears on the podium, gleaming under the lights, and suddenly, the room comes alive. Hands raise, paddles wave, numbers climb: $50, $000, $75,000, $100,000. That single coin, small and humble in appearance, is now a ticket to financial freedom. And here's a question for you: what would you do if a coin from your pocket could secure your future? Would you cash it in, or would you hold on to it, dreaming of even greater value? But let's pause for a second. Before you rush to search every coin jar in your house, ask yourself, how do you even know if you have one of these pennies? And how do you sell it if you do? Many people struggle with this part: the fear of selling, the uncertainty of auctions, the worry of scams. And that fear, my friends, is exactly what keeps most Americans from turning their coins into real money. But here's the good news: you don't have to navigate this alone. Experts in rare coins, auction houses, and certified appraisers exist to guide you every step of the way. Imagine this: you bring in your collection, a professional examines each coin, and suddenly, that penny you thought was worth a few cents could fetch hundreds of thousands. How exciting would that be? Now, I know what you're thinking: sure, but how do I actually sell these coins in the USA? How do you turn dusty change into a life-changing payday? It starts with knowledge. You must know your coin's condition, its rarity, and its story. Then comes the strategy: do you sell it online, through a trusted auction house, or to a private collector? Each path carries its own potential, but here's the golden rule: never settle for less than your coin's true value. Remember, these pennies are more than currency, they are history, they are art, they are wealth waiting to be claimed. And the market is booming. Every year, demand for rare Lincoln pennies rises, fueled by collectors, investors, and those who understand that true value often hides in the most overlooked places. Let's talk about pattern interrupts for a second. Did you ever think a coin could be more exciting than your favorite stock market app? I know, it sounds funny. A penny more valuable than gold, but it's true. And it's not just theory. Every auction, every private sale, proves it. Some people have turned handfuls of pennies into six-figure wins. And yes, you heard that right, from pocket change to millions. Now, picture yourself in that position. Could one of your 1984 pennies hold the key to that kind of transformation? But why stop at just owning it? The real thrill comes in understanding the story behind your coin. The 1984 no-mint mark penny is not just a rare coin, it's a symbol of opportunity. It represents the moments when ordinary items can become extraordinary. And here's a question that will keep you awake tonight: what if you're sitting on a coin that could give you financial independence? How would your life change if you discovered, not decades later, but today, that your coins could secure your dream lifestyle? Of course, you may be wondering about the current market value. How much are these pennies really worth? While each coin's value depends on its condition and certification, collectors are willing to pay astonishing sums for the highest quality examples. Some 1984 no-mint mark pennies have sold for amounts that are nothing short of life-changing. And for those who know how to navigate the auction world, the potential is massive. Imagine walking into an auction with your coin, the gavel poised, the room tense, and selling your coin for a sum that could redefine your life. Doesn't that ignite a spark of excitement? Now, the question of urgency comes into play. Why act now? Because the market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Collectors are searching, investors are bidding, and every day that passes, the chance to turn your coin into maximum dollars grows smaller. Every coin not in the right hands is potential lost opportunity. Think of it this way: if you found out a treasure was hiding in your attic, would you wait months to claim it, or would you act immediately? The same principle applies to your coins. The time to act is today. Let's connect the dots. We started with the story of a humble penny, unnoticed by the masses. We moved through the thrill of auctions, the fear of missing out, the excitement of potential wealth, and the steps required to sell these coins wisely. And here we are, at the moment of decision. You now know that the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is rare, highly sought after, and capable of generating life-changing sums. You understand the market, the process, and the urgency. But more importantly, you understand the opportunity, the chance to take ordinary coins and turn them into extraordinary wealth. So, ask yourself these final questions: how many coins are hiding in your drawers right now? How many potential fortunes have you overlooked because they seemed insignificant? How would it feel to turn your spare change into a financial legacy? If you have the courage to explore, to research, to connect with trusted experts, you could be holding a key to a brighter, wealthier future. How do you sell old and rare coins in the USA? How do you ensure maximum value at auction? And most importantly, how do you seize the moment before it passes? Here's the takeaway: the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is not just a coin. It's an invitation to claim what could rightfully be yours, to participate in a market that values rarity, and to step into a world where your coins are more than change, they are wealth, history, and opportunity. The demand is at its peak, the market is ready, and the potential is staggering. And just imagine, at the very end of it all, holding that coin, seeing it evaluated, and realizing that its current market value is maximum dollar, truly life-changing. So don't wait. Examine your collection, learn the market, consult experts, and prepare to turn what once seemed ordinary into something extraordinary. From pocket changes to millions, from overlooked pennies to treasures of immense value, the path is yours to claim. Could today be the day you discover the fortune hiding in your hands? Could the 1984 no-mint mark penny be your ticket to financial freedom? The answer, my friends, lies just beneath the surface of what you already have. And if you act wisely, that humble penny could be your legacy, your opportunity, and your ultimate reward. Imagine holding in your hand a piece of history so small, yet so powerful, that it could change your life forever. That unassuming coin jingling in your pocket might just be the key to unlocking unimaginable wealth. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after treasures in American coin collecting, the 1987 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. A coin that could be worth tens of thousands of dollars if you know what to look for, where to find it, and how to sell it. Have you ever wondered if the pennies you've tossed into your jar for years could actually be your ticket to financial freedom? Well, buckle up, because what you're about to discover may surprise you. In the world of numismatics, small errors create big opportunities. The 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those rare anomalies. Normally, coins minted in Denver carry the D mint mark, and those from Philadelphia historically carry no mark. But in rare cases, the Denver Mint accidentally struck pennies without the D mark, creating an extremely limited run. These errors aren't just curiosities, they are highly coveted by collectors and investors alike. Imagine walking into your local coin shop, casually dropping a handful of pennies on the counter, only to hear the owner gasp, "Where did you get this?" That's not just excitement, that's the moment you realize you could be sitting on a small coin worth a fortune. Could you feel the thrill of turning pocket change into a life-changing windfall? Let's take a journey through the story of this penny. Act 1 begins with discovery, the moment when a collector, or perhaps an everyday person like you, notices something unusual. A penny that looks ordinary at first glance suddenly stands out. Perhaps the color shines a little brighter, or the date appears clearer, or maybe, just maybe, the mint mark is missing entirely. That missing D isn't a mistake, it's a doorway. How often do we ignore the small things in life, only to discover later they held immense value. This is the beauty of rare coins, the extraordinary hides in the ordinary. And that's exactly where your opportunity lies. Could the change you've been dropping into your cup at the local diner contain hidden wealth? How many times have you passed by a treasure without even noticing it? As we move into Act 2, the revelation and excitement, consider the market demand for coins like this. In today's auction rooms, collectors fight fiercely for such rarities. The 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny doesn't just sit on a shelf, it sparks bidding wars that can push its value into astronomical ranges. Imagine selling your coin and seeing the offers skyrocket beyond your wildest dreams. Would you know how to sell old, rare coins to maximize your return? Do you know which auction houses in the United States specialize in error coins and high-value pennies? From eBay listings to prestigious coin auctions in New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles, your coin's value is only limited by how well you market it and who you choose to trust with the sale. And here's a question that may have crossed your mind: how do ordinary Americans turn something as simple as pocket change into millions? The answer lies in understanding rarity, timing, and presentation. Now, let's pause for a moment. Did you ever think a penny could be more than just a cent? I know it sounds almost comical, but history has shown time and again that the smallest things often hold the greatest secrets. Even Abraham Lincoln, whose face graces this coin, might have chuckled to see his image become a symbol of wealth for modern collectors. Humor aside, the real excitement comes from realizing that coins like this are not just collectibles, they are investments. And smart investors know the difference between ordinary pennies and rare, error-struck ones. Could you spot the subtle differences that could mean the difference between a few dollars and a life-altering sum? Here's the secret most people don't talk about: selling rare coins isn't about luck. It's about strategy. From evaluating the coin's condition, grading its quality, verifying its authenticity, to finding the right marketplace, every step matters. Would you know how to authenticate a 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? Could you navigate the complex world of coin grading, where terms like MS-65 or PR-70 can multiply your coin's value exponentially? Once your coin is certified, the next step is connecting with collectors who are actively searching for exactly what you have. How do you reach those buyers? How do you ensure that your coin doesn't get lost among thousands of others? These are questions every potential seller must ask themselves before they even consider listing a coin. As the story reaches Act 3, the transformation, the focus shifts from discovery and excitement to action and reward. Imagine listing your 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in a prestigious auction, the bids climbing steadily, your heart racing with every offer. The fear of missing out, combined with the thrill of high-stakes selling, keeps you on edge. Have you ever felt that adrenaline surge when an unexpected opportunity arrives? That's exactly what it feels like when you realize your coin isn't just a piece of copper, it's a piece of history, a piece of art, a piece of wealth. And when the gavel finally drops and the winning bid is yours, it's more than a sale, it's a transformation. Pocket change has become a fortune, curiosity has become knowledge, and a small coin has become a monumental opportunity, but the story doesn't end there. Because once you've experienced this transformation, the questions evolve. How many other coins might you have overlooked in jars, drawers, or old collections? Could your attic or basement hold the next 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? How can you leverage this knowledge to make smarter investments, to grow a collection that appreciates in value year after year? From understanding market trends to predicting which errors will become the next hot commodity, the path forward is wide open. This isn't just about selling a coin, it's about embracing a mindset of discovery, wealth, and opportunity. And here's a thought: what if you shared this knowledge with others? Imagine helping a friend or family member uncover a rare coin, teaching them the ropes of selling and valuation, and watching their fortunes grow alongside yours. How amazing would it feel to know that you didn't just find wealth, you created a network of opportunities for others too? After all, the most successful collectors and investors are not only savvy, they are generous with their insight. The 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is not just a coin, it's a story, a lesson, and a gateway to financial empowerment. So, what's the maximum dollar value for this coin today? While market conditions fluctuate, a pristine, verified 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny can command tens of thousands of dollars in auctions and private sales. This is the pinnacle of rarity meeting demand, a perfect storm for any collector or investor who knows how to act. From pocket change to millions, from curiosity to transformation, this tiny coin has the power to redefine your financial landscape. How will you seize this opportunity? Will you take the coins in your jar seriously, inspect each one carefully, and perhaps discover your own hidden treasure? Could today be the day that you turn something overlooked into something extraordinary? We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating finds for collectors and investors alike, the 1990 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, an error coin that has been quietly amassing attention and wealth, and for those who know what to look for, it could be your ticket from ordinary pocket change to extraordinary fortune. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that not only tells a story of American history but also whispers the promise of unimaginable value. Could the coin in your jar be more than just copper? Could it be the key to your next million-dollar opportunity? The story of the 1990 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a tale of rarity, intrigue, and sheer luck. Unlike most pennies from that year, which bear a mint mark indicating their origin, this coin appears mysteriously without one. This small, almost imperceptible absence creates a ripple in the numismatic world. Collectors and investors have discovered that such errors are not merely curiosities, they are highly sought-after treasures. The absence of a mint mark may seem like a tiny mistake to the untrained eye, but in the market of rare coins, tiny mistakes can translate into astronomical sums of money. Now, I know what you're thinking: how do I even know if my penny is a 1990 no-mint mark? How can I tell if it's real or just a normal coin hiding in plain sight? The truth is, there are simple ways to check, and in just a few moments, you'll understand exactly what makes this coin stand out. First, consider the detail in Abraham Lincoln's profile, the fine lines, the depth of the inscriptions, and of course, the unmistakable lack of the mint mark under the date. For a casual observer, it might just look like an ordinary penny, but for a collector, these subtle differences can mean hundreds of thousands of dollars in value. Yes, you heard that right, hundreds of thousands. Picture this: someone cleaning out their old coin jar or digging through the loose change in a drawer could stumble upon a 1990 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. One coin, one small moment, and suddenly, a life of financial freedom could be waiting. Can you feel the excitement of that possibility? And here's where the fear factor steps in: so many of these coins have passed unnoticed, melted down, or tossed aside. Could one of these rare coins be sitting unnoticed in your own home, waiting for the moment you discover its true worth? The thought alone sparks urgency. Time is money, and in the rare coin market, waiting too long could mean watching your potential fortune slip away. But let's not forget the thrill of the chase. Collectors and investors across the United States are constantly on the lookout, attending auctions, examining estate sales, and networking in exclusive circles, all in pursuit of coins like this. The 1990 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's a conversation starter, a centerpiece of a collection, and an asset that grows in value over time. What if you could sell yours at an auction and watch bidders compete for it, driving the price higher and higher? Have you ever wondered how selling rare coins at auction could change your life? How these seemingly humble pennies could make headlines for reaching astonishing sums? Here's a question to reset your focus: have you ever thought about how something as small as a penny can teach you lessons in wealth, patience, and strategy? Think about it: every coin has a story, and every story has value. The 1990 no-mint mark Lincoln penny embodies that principle perfectly. It's a coin that refuses to be ordinary, a coin that dares to stand out, and in doing so, it demands attention from the most discerning buyers. The lesson is clear: rarity creates demand, and demand creates opportunity. Now, let's talk numbers, because numbers bring clarity and excitement. While the typical 1990 Lincoln penny may fetch only a few cents, a no-mint mark variant has the potential to reach the maximum dollar in auction settings, commanding prices that could rival some of the most valuable coins in history. This is not speculation, this is the current reality in the numismatic community. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar because the supply is extremely limited and the demand is soaring. Can you imagine holding something so small in your hand and knowing it could be worth more than a car, a house, or even your retirement savings? And what about the how-to factor? How do you sell old and rare coins like this? How do you ensure you get the maximum value for something you might have stumbled upon by chance? The path is simple but requires strategy. Authenticate your coin, understand its grading, and connect with reputable auction houses or coin dealers who specialize in high-demand pieces. There's a rhythm to this process, and mastering it can turn your pennies into priceless treasures. Have you considered how many people overlook this simple yet powerful opportunity because they assume their coins are worthless? Let's add a bit of humor here. Imagine your grandkid asking, "Grandpa, why are you keeping all these pennies?" And you respond, "Because one day, this little guy will make us rich enough to buy the moon." Sounds exaggerated? Maybe. But for those who recognize the value in rare coins, the story is all too real. The 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny has created fortunes for collectors who once treated it as a curiosity. From pocket changes to millions, the journey is possible, and your coins could be the next chapter in that extraordinary story. The emotional pull doesn't stop there. Think about the pride and joy of owning a piece of history, a coin that not only represents America but also symbolizes your foresight and good fortune. Selling a rare coin like this is more than a financial transaction, it's a statement. It's proof that you understand value, timing, and opportunity. It's a chance to share your discovery with a market hungry for rare items, a market that recognizes and rewards the unique. How does it feel to know you could step into that circle of elite collectors, where every transaction tells a story of prestige, wealth, and wisdom? Now, here's a pattern interrupt to keep your attention. Did you know that some people have literally found error pennies in their couch cushions or under old floorboards? One moment, it's just loose change, and the next, it's a ticket to a six-figure payday. Makes you want to check that old jar in the attic, doesn't it? Could your forgotten coins be the hidden gems collectors have been hunting for decades? How would your life change if one of those pennies turned out to be the 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny? As we move toward the final act of this story, let's tie it all together. The rarity of the 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, its growing demand, and the maximum dollar value it can command in auctions create a perfect storm of opportunity. This coin isn't just an object, it's a lesson in awareness, a challenge to those who overlook the extraordinary in the ordinary. Are you ready to embrace the possibility that your everyday change could be a fortune waiting to be realized? Have you thought about the steps you'll take to authenticate, market, and sell such a coin if it's in your possession? Every question you ask yourself now brings you closer to action, and every moment of hesitation could be a missed opportunity in a market that moves fast. So, take a moment and imagine it. You've found a 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, you've confirmed its authenticity, and you're at an auction, the bids climbing higher and higher. The excitement is palpable, the anticipation almost unbearable, and finally, the gavel falls. You've turned something as simple as a penny into a life-changing amount of wealth. Could it really be that simple? Yes, for those who know what to look for and who act with purpose. The key is awareness, knowledge, and timing, the trifecta that transforms ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. Imagine holding a piece of history in your hand that could instantly transform your financial future. A coin so rare, so unique, that it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars to the right collector. Now, what if I told you that many Americans are sitting on hidden treasures in their wallets, jars, and old coin boxes, coins they never even knew could make them wealthy? Today, we're diving into one of the most sought-after rarities in the world of American coins, the 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, you heard that right, the very penny that most of us have casually spent without a second thought could be worth a fortune. Could your pocket change secretly hold a ticket to wealth? How would it feel to turn a simple coin into a life-changing windfall? Stick with me, because this story is going to challenge everything you think you know about coins, value, and opportunity. Let's start at the beginning. The 1994 Lincoln 1-cent penny, at first glance, looks just like any other penny minted that year. But there's a secret that sets it apart, the missing mint mark. You see, in 1994, pennies were produced at multiple mints across the country, each one stamped with a small letter to identify its origin. The Denver Mint coins carried a D, the Philadelphia Mint traditionally carried no mark, or at least they should have, but here's where the magic happens. A small error in production led to a tiny fraction of these coins being minted without the expected mark. And in the world of coin collectors, that tiny error transforms a simple copper disc into a high-demand treasure. Now, you might be thinking, a missing letter? Really? Yes, really. Because in the world of rare coins, it's the anomalies, the mistakes, the quirks that drive collectors wild. One coin can be worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars depending on its rarity and condition. And here's the kicker, this 1994 no-mint mark penny isn't just rare, it's one of the most highly sought-after modern errors in American coinage. Imagine walking into an auction house and seeing someone pay a jaw-dropping sum for a coin that most people would toss into a soda machine without a second thought. Can you feel the excitement just thinking about it? That's the thrill of rare coins. What others overlook could be your golden opportunity, but let's pause for a moment. Have you ever wondered why some coins skyrocket in value while others remain, well, just coins? It's all about scarcity, demand, and the story behind them. Collectors want pieces that tell a story, pieces that are rare, unusual, and in pristine condition. The 1994 no-mint mark penny ticks every box. And here's a question for you, could you recognize such a coin if it was sitting in your change jar right now? Or would it slip through your fingers like any other penny? It's a startling thought, and it's why knowledge is power. The right knowledge could turn your change into a fortune. Now, let's talk about the emotional journey of coin collecting and selling. There's the thrill of discovery, the tension of auctions, and the irresistible lure of possibility. Imagine finding a 1994 no-mint mark penny in a dusty drawer, brushing off the years, and realizing you hold something that could be worth a staggering sum. You'd feel a surge of excitement, a tingle of disbelief, and maybe even a little fear of missing out or fear of selling it for less than it deserves. This isn't just about money, it's about seizing an opportunity before someone else does. How many times have we underestimated what we already own? How many fortunes have been lost simply because someone didn't know the value of what was in front of them? And let's be honest, selling rare coins can feel intimidating. How do you know where to sell them? How do you ensure you get the maximum dollar without being cheated? That's why understanding the market is crucial. Rare coins, especially those in pristine condition, are in high demand at auctions, specialized coin shops, and even online marketplaces. But not all avenues are created equal. Do you sell locally, or do you reach the global market where collectors are willing to pay premium prices? How do you authenticate your coin? How do you guarantee that you're getting the best offer possible? These are the questions that every coin owner must answer, and the answers could mean the difference between a few $100s and life-changing wealth. Here's a little secret for you, and it might just make you chuckle. Some people literally throw away coins that could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Imagine tossing a 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny into a vending machine, oblivious to its value. The irony is staggering. But that's why education and awareness are your best allies. The moment you recognize the value of your coins, you unlock doors to financial opportunities that were previously invisible. It's almost like stepping into a hidden world where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Now, I want to ask you something important. Have you ever considered that your pocket change, old coin jars, or boxes of inherited coins could be worth more than your savings account? That your loose pennies could transform your lifestyle, giving you financial freedom you never imagined? The truth is, rare coins have a unique power. They can convert decades of overlooked savings into wealth. The 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of this phenomenon. One coin, perfectly preserved, could command the attention of serious collectors and investors, sometimes reaching astonishing prices at auction. We're talking maximum dollar amounts that most people only dream about. Can you see it? From pocket change to millions, it's not just a fantasy, it's a reality for those who know where to look. But here's the twist, timing is everything. Rare coin values are not static, they fluctuate based on market trends, collector demand, and global economic factors. That's why acting quickly is vital. Do you hold on to your coins, hoping the price goes higher? Or do you strike while the market is hot, maximizing your return before someone else snatches up the opportunity? The choice is yours, but the clock is ticking. In many cases, waiting too long could mean losing your chance to achieve a financial windfall. Do you feel that sense of urgency? Good. That means you're awake to opportunity. So how do you sell old and rare coins like the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? The first step is authentication. Coins need to be verified by reputable grading services to ensure they are genuine and in excellent condition. Next comes evaluation, understanding current market trends, recent auction results, and collector demand. Then comes presentation, whether in auction houses, coin shows, or private sales, your coin must be showcased to attract the right buyers. And finally, negotiation, where knowledge and confidence ensure you achieve the maximum dollar. Ask yourself, do you want to leave money on the table, or do you want to secure the highest possible return? Let's take a moment for a little humor, because who said coin collecting had to be all serious? Picture this: you open your old coin jar, expecting a handful of pocket change, and instead, you find a coin worth more than your first car. You do a double take, almost spill your coffee, and maybe even dance around the kitchen like nobody's watching. Sound crazy? That's the excitement that rare coins bring. It's not just about money, it's about the thrill, the discovery, and yes, the bragging rights. Who knew pennies could cause that much drama? We are diving into one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins in American history, the 2001 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. A coin that at first glance seems ordinary, yet in the right hands, it could be worth a fortune. Yes, we are talking about the kind of coin that turns humble collectors into millionaires. And the question you might be asking yourself right now is, could your loose change be hiding the next life-changing discovery? Let's start at the beginning. The 2001 Lincoln penny is part of a series that has captured the hearts of Americans for generations. Designed with Abraham Lincoln's profile, it is more than just currency, it's a symbol of history, perseverance, and opportunity. But here's where it gets truly exciting: some of these pennies were minted with a subtle, almost invisible error. No mint mark, they look like every other penny you've seen, but collectors know better. This small anomaly makes them incredibly rare and highly valuable. Picture holding a coin so rare that collectors across the nation would stop at nothing to add it to their collection. Doesn't that spark a sense of urgency in you? Now, you might be thinking, it's just a penny, how could it possibly be worth thousands, or even millions? The answer lies in rarity and demand. Just like rare stamps or vintage cars, coins with unique errors are considered gems in the collector's world. Each penny carries a story, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to own a piece of history. Imagine walking into an auction house, the room buzzing with excitement, and seeing the 2001 no-mint mark Lincoln penny being sold. The bids start at hundreds, climb to thousands, and by the end, someone walks away with a fortune. How amazing would it feel to have held that coin before anyone else knew its true value? Let's talk about the journey of this coin. Act 1 begins with discovery. Think about the last time you checked your change, or cleaned out a drawer, or found a coin under the couch. Most people overlook what's right in front of them. That's where the opportunity lies. How many times have you tossed a penny into a jar without realizing it might one day be worth more than your car? The fear of missing out is real here. Imagine someone else taking the coin that could have been yours, and later seeing it sell for tens of thousands of dollars online. That thought alone should spark excitement and action. Act 2 is about recognition and value. Once you spot a penny that seems unusual, the next step is understanding what you have. Is it authentic? Is it the no-mint mark variety? This is where knowledge becomes your most valuable tool. Learning about coin grading, consulting with experts, and verifying authenticity can elevate a simple penny into a rare collector's item. Think of it as uncovering a secret treasure map. Each step brings you closer to unlocking extraordinary value. And here's a little secret: the 2001 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is in high demand because of its scarcity. Collectors across the United States are willing to pay maximum dollar for it, especially in pristine condition. You might even hear yourself asking, how do I sell old rare coins in the USA? How do I turn this penny into real money? The answer lies in knowing the right places to sell: reputable auction houses, specialized coin shops, and trusted online platforms where collectors converge. But let's pause for a moment. Did you ever think that a coin lying in your pocket could actually make you rich? That seems almost humorous, right? One moment you're buying a cup of coffee with it, the next, it's the key to a six-figure payday. That's the kind of pattern interrupt that keeps your mind alert, ready to spot opportunity where others see nothing. And the beauty of it is that every penny carries a potential story of transformation, from humble beginnings in your pocket to the glint of a display case at a high-end auction. Act 3 is about action and realization. Once you understand the value of your 2001 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, the next question is, how do I maximize this opportunity? First, condition matters. Coins in mint or near-mint condition fetch higher prices. Second, presentation and authentication are key. Professional grading adds credibility, giving buyers confidence that they are investing in something truly rare. Finally, selling through the right channels ensures you achieve the maximum dollar. Have you ever wondered how ordinary Americans turn their coin collections into serious wealth? How does someone go from saving pennies to attending luxury auctions with collectors who pay hundreds of thousands for a single coin? That transformation is not a myth, it's a reality for those who act wisely, seize opportunity, and trust the process. And here's where excitement really takes over. Imagine receiving a notification that your penny sold for tens of thousands, maybe even more. How would your life change? Could this be the start of a collection that grows into a multi-million-dollar portfolio? The 2001 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than currency, it's a gateway to financial empowerment. And the beauty of it is, you don't need to be an expert to start. All it takes is curiosity, attention to detail, and the willingness to explore every drawer, jar, or pocket where coins might be hiding. But let's be honest, the opportunity won't wait forever. Rarity combined with demand creates urgency. Every day that passes, more collectors search for this coin, more auctions list similar items, and the value climbs. Could your coin be the next big sale? What if someone else beats you to it? This is why timing is crucial. Whether you're an experienced collector or just discovering the thrill of coin collecting, now is the moment to act. Ask yourself, how do I start selling old and rare coins in the USA? How can I ensure I get the highest value in an auction shop or online platform? What steps can I take today to turn what might seem like trivial change into life-changing money? These are not just questions, they are gateways to action and wealth. Let's connect the dots. The 2001 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny starts as a humble piece of metal, easily overlooked, yet with a rare error that makes it highly desirable. Recognition of its value turns curiosity into potential wealth. Action through authentication, grading, and proper selling channels transforms opportunity into reality. And the final act is realization, the moment when your discovery pays off, and your life is forever changed. This coin isn't just a collectible, it's a story of vision, patience, and strategic action. How many times have you wished for a simple, tangible way to build wealth? This is it. From pocket change to millions, the path is real, accessible, and waiting for those who dare to explore. So, here's the ultimate takeaway: every coin has potential, but few coins have the power to change your financial story like the 2001 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. If you've ever wondered how to make money from coins, how to sell old rare coins, or how to navigate the auction world with confidence, your answers start with awareness. Look closely at your change. Learn about the coins in your possession. Understand the value, the rarity, and the avenues for selling. And most importantly, act decisively, because opportunity favors those who seize it. What if I told you that a single penny, a coin so small you might ignore it in your cup holder or toss it into a jar without a second thought, could be the doorway to serious money? Not a fantasy. Not a lottery ticket. A real coin. A 2016 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Right now, somewhere in America, someone is holding one and has no idea what it could be worth. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked the pennies in your pocket? The last time you looked closely at that tiny D under the date? Could you be sitting on a hidden treasure and not even know it? Today we are talking about the 2016 D Lincoln penny struck at the legendary Denver Mint. The same Lincoln series that began in 1909 under President Theodore Roosevelt continues to circulate quietly through grocery stores, gas stations, and coffee shops. The obverse still bears the proud image of Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909, and the reverse since 2010 features the Union Shield design symbolizing strength and unity. But within this modern issue, certain error coins have shocked collectors and auction buyers alike. Now here is where it gets exciting. Most 2016 D pennies are worth 1 cent. But error coins are a completely different story. And in the world of coin collecting, error equals opportunity. We are talking about double die errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and dramatic minting mistakes that transform an ordinary penny into a collector's prize. Imagine this. A 2016 D penny struck with a strong off-center error, showing part of the design shifted dramatically to one side, while still displaying the full date and mint mark. That coin is no longer pocket change. That coin becomes a conversation piece. That coin becomes an auction candidate, and here is the emotional trigger you need to hear. Every single day, people spend valuable error coins because they never look closely. They rush. They assume. They underestimate. What if that is you? Pause for a second. Go grab a penny from your wallet or jar. I will wait. Look at the date. Do you see 2016? Do you see the D mint mark? Now look carefully at the lettering. Does Liberty look normal? Is In God We Trust crisp and aligned? Or do you see doubling? Does the rim look even, or is part of the coin missing metal from a clipped planchet? Is the design perfectly centered? Sometimes the difference between 1 cent and thousands of dollars is a tiny shift in metal. This is Act 1 of your story. Discovery. Awareness. The moment you realize that coins are not just coins. They are assets. Now we move into Act 2. The tension. The possibility. The fear of missing out. The 2016 D Lincoln cent was struck in massive quantities at the Denver Mint. But errors are not produced intentionally. They are accidents of pressure, alignment, and timing. That is why collectors chase them aggressively. Because scarcity creates demand. And demand creates price. In recent years, high-grade modern error pennies have brought impressive sums at auction. Certified coins graded by companies like PCGS and NGC often command far higher prices because authenticity builds trust. A dramatic off-center 2016 D penny in mint state condition can bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the severity of the error, and I appeal. Multiple error combinations, such as off-center with a clipped planchet or strong doubling, can drive the value even higher. Now let me ask you directly. How to sell old rare coins? How to sell coins the right way so you do not get underpaid? How to make money from coins instead of letting someone else profit from your ignorance? First, knowledge is power. Before selling, understand what you have. Authentication and grading are essential. A certified coin carries authority. It tells buyers this piece is real and evaluated professionally. That alone can multiply confidence and bidding intensity. Second, choose your marketplace wisely. Reputable auction houses, well-known coin dealers, and established online platforms create competition among buyers. Competition is your friend. When two collectors both want your 2016 D error penny, the price rises. How to sell old and rare coins in USA and its value in auction shop. The answer is preparation. Photograph your coin clearly. Capture the error from multiple angles. Show the date and mint mark. If certified, display the grading label. Write a precise description. Transparency attracts serious buyers, but here is a pattern interrupt for you. If you think all pennies are worthless, why do professional collectors attend coin shows every weekend? Why do auction houses dedicate entire catalogs to small cents? Why does the Lincoln cent series remain one of the most actively collected in American numismatics? Because history and rarity never go out of style. Now imagine the emotional shift. You open an auction result page and see a 2016 D-era penny selling for a four-figure sum. Your heart beats faster. Could yours be similar? Could that jar in your kitchen hold more than loose change? From pocket changes to millions sounds dramatic, right? But every serious coin investor began with one discovery. One coin that sparked curiosity. One sale that proved this is real, and here is where urgency comes in. Coins are constantly entering and leaving circulation. High-grade examples disappear into collections. Error coins get snapped up quickly. The longer you wait to educate yourself, the more opportunities slip through your fingers. Act 3 is transformation. This is where you step into action. Picture yourself sorting through rolls of pennies. You are not bored. You are focused. Each coin is inspected. Each mint mark studied. Each potential error examined under magnification. You feel excitement because now you know what to look for. You find one. A 2016 D penny with a bold off-center strike that leaves part of the blank planchet exposed. The date is fully visible. The mint mark is clear. The surfaces are brilliant red with minimal wear. You send it for grading. Weeks later, it returns authenticated and encapsulated. Now you list it with a respected auction platform. Bidders compete. The price climbs. Your phone buzzes with updates. What started as 1 cent becomes a powerful proof that small details create large outcomes. How to make money from coins consistently. Study mint errors. Learn grading standards. Network with reputable dealers. Attend coin shows. Build relationships. Treat it like a serious business, not a gamble. And here is a question only you can answer. Would you rather ignore the pennies in your drawer, or would you rather examine them knowing one rare error could pay for a vacation, an investment, or even contribute toward financial freedom? Do not underestimate modern coins. Many collectors chase vintage pieces from the early 1900s, but modern errors are often overlooked by the general public. That creates opportunity for the educated eye. Let us connect this back to the beginning. Remember that simple question. When was the last time you checked your pennies? That question is not just about coins. It is about awareness. About refusing to overlook value because it appears small. The 2016 D Lincoln penny is still circulating. It is accessible. It is real. And in error form, it is in demand. Imagine this. You're standing in your kitchen late at night. The house is quiet. You empty your pocket onto the counter. A few quarters. A couple of nickels. And one ordinary-looking penny. You almost ignore it. But what if that single coin, that humble cent, could be the difference between routine and remarkable? What if a 2021 D mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny is quietly sitting in your change right now, waiting to transform your financial future? Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly looked at your pennies? Not glanced. Not tossed into a jar. Actually looked. Because in 2021, at the Denver Mint, something extraordinary happened. And most Americans have no idea. The 2021 D Lincoln cent, struck at the legendary United States Mint facility in Denver, carries the proud D Mint mark under the date. It bears the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design rooted in history since 1909. On the reverse, you'll find the Union Shield design, symbolizing strength and unity. It looks modern. It looks common. It looks ordinary. But sometimes ordinary hides opportunity. Now here's where the story shifts. In Act 1, we begin with comfort. Millions of these coins were minted. They were distributed through banks, grocery stores, gas stations, and fast food counters across America. They were handled, spent, dropped, and forgotten. Yet among these millions, a handful left the mint with rare and powerful minting errors. And errors in coin collecting are not mistakes. They are opportunities. Imagine discovering a 2021 D penny with a dramatic off-center strike, where Lincoln's portrait is partially shifted, leaving a bold crescent of blank metal. Or a double die error, where the inscriptions appear slightly duplicated, creating a shadow-like effect. Or even a die crack that runs like lightning across the coin's surface. These aren't damages. These are mint-born anomalies. These are the fingerprints of rarity, and here's the question that should send a chill down your spine. What if you've already held one and spent it without knowing? That's the fear that wakes collectors up. Not fear of losing money. Fear of missing out. Fear of overlooking life-changing value because it looked too small. And now Act 2. Discovery. Picture a man in his late 40s in Ohio. He's sorting through a jar of pennies accumulated over years. He's not a professional collector. He's not wealthy. He's curious. He notices something strange about a 2021 D penny. The lettering looks slightly doubled. He does what many of you might do. He searches online. He compares images. His heart starts racing that he sends the coin to be graded. Weeks later, the results come back. Authentic mint error. High-grade condition. Suddenly, what was worth 1 cent becomes worth hundreds, then thousands. Because condition matters. Error type matters. Demand matters, and demand for modern error coins is rising sharply. Why? Because serious collectors understand something powerful. Modern errors are harder to find in pristine condition. Most are quickly spent and damaged. High-grade error coins from 2021 with a Denver mint mark are increasingly scarce in top-tier slabs. Now let me interrupt you with a quick thought. If you had a lottery ticket in your drawer, would you check it? Or would you just assume it lost? Exactly, the 2021 D Lincoln cent error coin market has shown strong auction performances when authenticated and graded by top-tier services. In high mint state grades with dramatic, visible errors, these coins have reached maximum market values in the thousands of dollars at auction platforms and specialty coin shops. The highest recorded sales for exceptional examples have reached the maximum dollar range of approximately $10,000 depending on the severity of the error and the certified grade point $10,000. For 1 penny, pause and let that sink in. How many pennies pass through your hands every week? How many are sitting in jars, glove compartments, dresser drawers? From pocket change to millions starts with awareness. It starts with knowledge. Now Act 3. Transformation. This is where you move from curiosity to action. Because information without action is just entertainment. And you are not here to be entertained. You are here to win.so. How do you sell old rare coins? How do you start selling coins the right way in the United States? How do you make money from coins safely and profitably? First, you inspect carefully. Use magnification. Look for doubling in the words liberty and in God we trust. Examine the date and the mint mark. Look for unusual strike patterns, off-centering, or cracks. If something feels different, trust that instinct. Second, you authenticate. Reputable grading companies provide certification that transforms a coin from speculation into documented rarity. Certification increases buyer confidence. And confidence increases bids. Third, you choose your marketplace wisely. Auction houses, established coin dealers, and reputable online auction platforms in the USA can bring competitive bidding. When multiple buyers want the same rare error coin, prices escalate. That's how maximum dollar values are achieved. Now let me ask you directly. Are you treating your coins like clutter, or like assets? Because wealthy collectors don't see coins as spare change. They see them as portable wealth. They see history pressed into metal. They see opportunity hiding in plain sight. There is urgency here. Modern error coins are being discovered every day. The more people learn, the fewer undiscovered treasures remain in circulation. The window of ignorance is closing. The advantage belongs to those who act early. Think about it. In the early days of the internet, some people ignored it. In the early days of cryptocurrency, some laughed at it. In the early days of rare modern coin errors, many shrugged. And then the market moved. Will you be the person who says, I could have checked? Or will you be the person who says, I did? Imagine walking into a reputable auction shop in the United States with a certified 2021 D Lincoln error penny graded in high mint state. The dealer examines it. His expression changes. He knows what he's seeing. Other collectors gather. Bidding begins. Numbers climb. What started as 1 cent becomes thousands of dollars. That is not fantasy. That is the power of rarity combined with demand, but here's the deeper truth. This isn't just about one coin. It's about a mindset. It's about shifting from passive spending to active seeking. From ignoring details to mastering them. From pocket change to strategic opportunity. How do you sell old and rare coins in the USA and know their value in an auction shop? You educate yourself. You compare recent sales. You understand grading scales. You avoid rushing into the first offer. You create competition for your coin. Competition drives price, and let's be honest for a second. If someone offered you face value for a rare error coin worth thousands, would you take it? Of course not. Yet every day, uneducated sellers do exactly that. That will not be you, because now you know that even a 2021 D Lincoln 1 cent penny can carry hidden power. You know that mint errors create scarcity. Scarcity creates demand. Demand creates premium value. So tonight, after this video ends, what will you do? Will you scroll to the next distraction? Or will you open that jar of coins? Will you examine each 2021 D penny under light? Will you search for doubling, off-centering, die breaks? Opportunity rarely knocks loudly. Sometimes it jingles quietly in your pocket.